That's what I mentioned. I'll do a separate video because I thought like I'll do it for crypto first. It's a separate meeting is what I thought, but I couldn't join, right, Vijay? So I just
Oh,
forgot about it. I'll do a separate meeting, okay,
yeah.
or a video over the weekend. So for new joiners, I see some people are still new to the group. They're joining the group. They're having difficulty understanding it. Let's try to simplify it maybe quickly, okay? What we'll try to do is are you able to see my screen now? Uh,
No, no.
Nope.
okay. So,
Mm.
okay. Share screen. Can you see now?
Yes.
Okay. So let's try to go over the channels, and I know it might be a little boring for a few folks who are here from past, but quite a lot of people have reached out to me asking just to explain what's happening here, right? So quickly, see, this is where we have for example, I'm taking up about the essential plan, right? So essential plan, this is where I post the trades. You have to focus on the trades that I'm posting here, be it investing or be it trade alerts. Typically,
Mm-hmm.
post both, right? So I mention based on the purchase type, this is an investment, this is an investment, and if you see something like a trade, you call it as a trade. Okay. If I don't mention anything, then you can just check with me as well. For example, Tigger, we took it as a purchase type as trade. So what is a trade meaning and an investment meaning is something like assume uh, investment is something where you have a good spot for 2 years, 3 years growth period. Okay. And more typically where you can expect two times, three times, four times, five times, 10 times, 20 times returns. That's an investment. Okay. A trade is something which you try to typically capture a 30% move, a 50% move, or a 70% move, or a 100% move. Okay. The trade duration is somewhere between 1 week to 12 weeks, I would say. That's kind of 3 months. Okay. More or less. And for investment, like I mentioned, it's few years. How soon it can happen, we do not know it. Typically, we try to look for the price. Okay. For example, Oklo, we made four bagger returns in 4 months. Typically, we don't know. Now, if you think like, okay, we thought like we will buy it for a few years. Now, do I need to sell it under 4 months? Does tax implications come into picture? All those things we keep it out of equation because what we were looking for is target price. If the target price comes in 2 years or 2 months, we do not know it. Okay. We will track the levels. Basically, these levels are logically identified levels, not something which is given from the air typically. So I try to see where the resistance is, support is, and we try to we try to navigate as per the need. Okay, basically, in case people wants to prioritize, I would always say go ahead and prioritize investment ideas or something which has lower risk. Okay, see, for example, every trade I give a maximum risk percentage here. Okay, so with this, for example, SGML at 6.5, okay, with 7.69% and with purchase type as investment. This is, I do not know if anybody looked into it. This is one of the lithium based companies. Okay, and this is from Latam primarily, mid cap company or somewhere around it. But this company went on to give 40 bagger returns in the period of 21 to 22, 2021 and 2022 or 3, typically. When the complete market was going down, this was the only thing which was performing. And this was under my watch list from last 2 years. I was just waiting for right entry from last 2 years. And this is the first time I took the trade. Okay, it was falling from 40 to 20, 10, 5, 6, and now we are at 6.5. Okay, that's when we took the trade, basically, right? So, and when we are taking the trade also, we're taking with very, very minimal risk. Okay, what is that risk? 7%. And what are the targets? Did I give the targets? I did not, but I generally put targets also. Okay, where we see like, okay, what is the risk reward ratio? So I'm being vocal about metals from almost 1 year now. You are seeing gold, silver running already, and copper started running already. Platinum, palladium, and speaking continuously. Now here is the trade for lithium. Okay, so you do not know or you're not prioritizing it. You need to think why not. Okay, so this is from the metal sector. Lithium is a again niche metal which we don't have in abundance. Okay, and all EVs and all manufacturing, all those things are something that you will need, right? So typically, rather than I've seen people at least maybe 30, 40 times asking about gold, but nobody prioritizing when I say, okay, go ahead and buy this. Okay. You're trying to chase the price, assume when the price goes up by 10%, 15%, 20%, you can still go ahead and take the trade. The risk is 7% will become 17% if you're buying it after 10% higher. Are you okay with it? That question you need to answer. I cannot say it. See, I'm saying like, okay, this is the target, but 17% risk, is it okay or not, is something that you should decide. Okay. Are you comfortable with this metals and mining sector, small cap sector? Okay. Something from LATAM. Are you okay with that? Easy questions that you should answer. You ask me, did I invest? I invested. I invested in all the names here. Majority of the names I invest here. Primarily small caps, mid caps, growth companies is where I invest. Okay. And large caps, you don't need anybody's confidence to tell you like go ahead and invest. I posted IBM, I posted Novo Nordisk, United Healthcare, Baba. I've been posting continuously about Baba, and United Healthcare and Novo Nordisk. Enough material is what I gave, but I still see a lot of people not even prioritizing them. Okay, so it's not like large caps won't give any returns. Baba went up by 70% for us within 2 months' time, and it has a long run up pending. Okay, when we took the trade with a 10% risk again. Somebody asking me after it ran up 25%, can I buy Baba? Answer is you should decide. It's a gray area. I cannot say. Okay, because the risk is increasing. See here, what is the point of giving the risk percentage is you know what is the maximum risk that you are entering at the time of trade. Now you wanted to enter after 15%, 20% run up. You also know what is the risk. Simple mathematics, right? Everybody here is an engineer. It went up by 20%, add another 7% risk. So the maximum risk that I have is 27%. So what are the options now? The options are you wait for the dips or you take partial position, maybe 25% of the position, okay, or 50% of the position, 30% of the position, or you're fully confident that's okay. Even if dips, I will add more. I have more funds. Okay, so I do not know how much funds you have. And people with smaller portfolios should always prioritize the big companies, large companies for sure. Babas, okay, United Healthcare. These are the ones you should certainly go ahead and take the trades. At least I would say 30% allocation to it is what you should certainly have it. Okay. This is about how you do to choose these stocks, right? So I would say themes, thematic, primarily focus on the themes. One is AI, data center related business. You all know it. It's all over the world right now. And we are nowhere near the peak. We are just getting started. Every household will have ChatGPT's paid subscriptions, Grok paid subscriptions. Every company will have Grok's ChatGPT's paid subscriptions. So it's a very common thing to understand who are in ITs primarily. So don't think that, okay, AI is done, it's overhyped, it ran away too much, too much. Don't worry about all those things. Keep in mind the risk percentage. Okay. If the risk is not comfortable, then you should come out of it. No, this is too much risk. I don't want to take the trade. However good the company is, I don't want to take the trade. As simple as it. Okay. Period. That's what you should figure out. So AI, defense. I'm posting continuous updates about defense, what's happening in the world, what's happening across NATO. NATO is purchasing. I posted updates about NATO increasing their defense spend. What it means is somebody from Europe has to buy weapons directly from America. They don't have anybody. NATO doesn't have anybody to supply weapons apart from America, right? So what, for example, Xenatech, KTOS, okay, BYRN, these are all the names that I gave way ahead. Okay, KTOS went up by 140% right now. And I'm pretty sure nobody even knows that name until I posted about it. At least 90% of the folks. So, okay, this is a defense theme. Let me go ahead and prioritize this or research something about it. As simple as it, go ahead and put it into ChatGPT or go ahead and look into Twitter and do some research. $KTOS. See what people are speaking about it, perspectives. Or I gave fiscal.ai, that's the website, right? So I gave the website also, fiscal.ai, where you can also go ahead and check. This is a free website again. So go ahead and check what's happening with the Tara company, what they are doing, and what is that the management speaks, etc. All those things. See, you have the risk, you have the trade, you have the target price. Now it's only the confidence. You need to execute that trade and you need to hold that trade, right? So nobody will give you the confidence. I cannot say 100%. I cannot say that, okay, you have to go ahead and buy. Even if I say it, you will not buy it. For example, uh, Baba. I've still seen people not buying it. I've seen portfolios of the people who didn't buy it. Okay, when I asked, I've reminded 6 times, 7 times, what's the reason you didn't buy it? There is no answer. So it eventually something which the human brain works in a way that, okay, whatever you are comfortable with, what you like is what you try to go ahead and invest. Okay. Or if you can do it, go ahead and invest in 30, 40 names. That's what I do. See, Raghu, you were asking what's the portfolio allocation, right? The percentage of allocation for me is between 3% to 5% or maximum 10% if it's a bigger name or better option. I don't go beyond 10% or under 3%. This is, if you take 3% allocation, okay, you have $10,000, you have 3% allocation, you can hold 33 stocks, you can hold up to 35 stocks, that's still okay. 35 is ideally, I teach it under the mentorship as well. There is no leverage or there is no edge holding beyond 35 companies. That's like equally diversified portfolio rather than a concentrated portfolio. If you are looking about concentrated portfolio versus diversified portfolio, it's both has pros and cons. If you're on the right side of things, it's okay. If you're on the wrong side of things, then you're screwed up. Okay. So I leave it up to you. You have to do some research how to manage your portfolios as well. Okay. Or else go ahead and take the trades, keep moving, you make some money, take it out. That's what I do. I push it into a different account. All my investment ideas, I try to push it into a different account and I don't monitor it because it's an investment. Okay. If at least 20% or 30% of our names give 10 bagger returns, then you're good. Forget about which didn't work. Okay. That's what I would say. And I've observed some people taking 2x leveraged ETFs. The stop loss cannot be same for everything. For some cases it works, but when I give 10% stop loss for a stock and you're going for a leveraged product 2x, then you're risking way too much. That's not how you should do it. 20% on one single stock is what you're risking. Don't do it. You can ask people who are in ultimate plan, you can ask me. I'll try to help you or give you stop loss, but don't go with fat finger the process. I wouldn't appreciate that unless you check or uh, don't blame me that, okay, my things are not working. Okay, I can certainly prove with the metrics, everything that my things are working. Uh, I posted 6 months metrics, absolutely fine. Okay. But you cannot say like, okay, it's hitting stop loss, we are going into losses. It's only because of the execution issues. Something like which is running away too much and you wanted to buy, it can also come back. Keep that in mind. Okay. So when I am posting, that's where the minimal risk is. Okay. Or even after I post, if it goes further down, you can still ask me. It went down by another 2%, 3%. Can I still purchase? I would certainly say yes or no. For example, yesterday Avinash was asking MSTR, can I take the position? It's near to stop loss. It didn't hit the stop loss. I mentioned no. It might hit the stop loss. Let's leave it. Don't worry about it. Okay. That's what I mentioned. Some things I would say verify. No, this is still good. Go ahead and take it. Works. For example, CDE, I mentioned the purchase price as $9 or $9.15. And the next day morning, I posted it after hours. The next day morning, stock opened at $8.7. I immediately posted your risk has come down further down. And I've seen a lot of people not even prioritizing it. I've given enough ammunition for you to understand that this is a stock that you should invest. It's coming out of base after 45 years. Okay. What did we do? We made more than 100% returns in 2 months' time. And this is not done yet. I gave the target price of $80. We bought it at $9, $8.75. Okay, if you still did not buy it and you're looking for something like, okay, quick money, which is running fast, 20%, 30% in a day, I don't think that should help you. Okay. Going back to the channel here. So this is where I post the trades. I post buy and sell only. This section is for buying and selling. Updates is assume we are buying something and we see some updates happening on the company side. They are giving dividends, they are giving uh, they are posting results, or they're coming up with new products, acquisitions, splits, okay, investments, all those updates, what's happening with the company, I try to post it here. Okay. In case you don't want to follow updates, that's okay, mute it. See, there is an option, just right click and mute it. You are getting distracted with the discussion forum, right click and mute it. That's it. You just follow the trade section. Okay, but how will you get the confidence? That's the question you should ask. Are you going to do the research yourself, or you wanted to follow my research? Both are possible. You decide what you wanted to do primarily. Okay. Weekly trade summaries. I tried to use this as a place where I wanted to post the summaries earlier. Okay, because there was a lot of chat in the trade section and all. But see, in the trades now we don't have much also. See, daily 3-4 is what we are having maximum. It takes now assume September 24th. Iron Tigger is the one, SGML is the one. That's all we bought. Two names. How much time it takes? It takes less than 5 minutes for you to understand. That's it. So I stopped doing the weekly trade summaries. Was using AI to get that things done for me. But the AI was also like the chat GPT was also taking quite a lot of time, and I was not in a position to wait and send it. So I stopped doing that. New joiners is the section where we have some information that I post. For example, the pin section is where I want everybody to focus. This is where I laid out the process, at least on the high level side. Okay, you can see what works, what does it mean, etc. And I clearly mentioned like, okay, you shouldn't be chasing the stock price. Okay, why? What is the reason, etc. And I also mentioned about the ZRS, profit protection stop, etc. All these things is what I also mentioned here. So you can go ahead and read it, understand it once again. Okay. Uh, so far, I at least ask. So at least I would say. So at least what I say is go ahead and read and try to understand the process and get comfortable with the process. Okay, I know something which is running, which you did not buy it, that's okay, leave it. You have to wait for your things. Okay, if your things which are running, it's okay. If they're hitting stop loss, then you have to move for the next one. You cannot be chasing the price, or you cannot be complaining about it later. Okay, that's what it is. So this is what for essential plan is, and for the ultimate, you have crypto trades and India trades separately. These are the only two things separately from this one. With that, I'll go to any questions on what we are trying to do here. Some people are asking me about questions about the options. Okay. If you are new to the options, you don't know how to do options, forget about it. I'll stop posting the options also pretty soon. Okay. But that's altogether a different uh, learning experience you should have. Okay. I cannot teach it here. What is a call? What is a put? What does it mean, etc. You need to focus. See, this is the lingo that is very, very easily available, and uh, uh, you can find it in the YouTube. What is a call? What is a put? What are options? Just pick one, what is a 1 hour video or 45 minutes video. Just try to understand what is options for basics. You will understand it. Okay. And you don't get everything in that 1 hour, but you know what we are trying to do here is what you'll understand it. Fairly simple. Okay. And apart from that, any questions about the Telegram channel, folks? Sujata garu, do you have any questions here?
No, Andy, I understood now. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Anyone else? I know Hitesh, or I don't know if Hitesh is there in the call, but people who joined recently.
So, Pawan, one quick question. GRS, you recommend a 10% gain, right? And when do you recommend PRS?
So PPF is assume, okay, you went up by 100%, okay, and you wanted to update it. You don't want to sell it. and you also don't want to lose your complete 100% gains. Okay. Then there are few concepts. One is trailing stop loss. You can keep trailing stop loss at 10%, 15%, 20%, etc. Okay. What it means is as soon as, for example, you bought the stock at $10 and it went up to $35. Okay. You put trailing stop loss as 10%. What it means is from your original $9 stop loss to it continues to keep moving up dynamically, exponentially. Okay, now $35, the trailing stop loss will become $3.5, which is $31.5. If the price goes below $31.5, then it will automatically exit your position. That's one way of doing it. No, I'm okay. I'll reasonably hold it for 20-25% also is okay. Now it went up to 35. Let me move it to $25. Okay, you can do it as well. In case you want an updated stop loss price, you ask me, I'll give that. Okay. I'll certainly able to help you. Okay, this is what you can use. Okay. See, in the last year, what we understood is this is a learning as well. We try to update the trailing stop losses, and pretty much when the market fell, all the good names hit trailing stop loss, and we were kicked out. Okay. Now, what is the point of using a trailing stop loss? You wanted to hold it, hold it. Or if you wanted to sell it into the strength. Sell it at 35 rather than selling it at 25. Okay, you decide whether you wanted to stay as an investor or a trader. Okay, 10%, 20% is something which is going to hit easily. Okay, market corrects 2 days, 20%, 20% in each stock will cut down by 60%, 40%. Assume now the stock is at 35, 20% is, what is that, $7? Another 20% is another $7, $14 is gone. So what it means is from your 35, $14 is gone. Okay. So $21 is what you're eventually selling. So what it means is you have given away 100% of your gains, more than 100% of your gains, because you bought it at 10, right? 10 to 35, and your trailing stop loss was this one. Okay. And this one, in case you don't want to use the trailing stop loss and wanted to use the logical stop loss again, then assume it hits 20%, 20%, 40% is gone from 35. So 21 is where you are kicked out. I felt like there is no point giving away the gains. Okay. Anything which goes up will come down some percentage, and then we will buy. We will rebuy. We will rebuy. We will rebuy. There is nothing like we will not buy at all. Okay. Something like IonQ. People who bought it at original recommendation $9, today it's at $70. Okay, it hit $70 last week. So you are at good gains, but it went up to 50, it came back to 18. Okay. So 9 to 50, 50 to 18. So what stop loss will stop you there? No stop loss will protect there. It will kick you out. Right? So, but you have gained good amount of gains already, which are lost. And we will rebuy when, or there is other option. Other option is book partial gains. Okay, let me take out 30% of the gains, 40% of the gains, 50% of the gains, etc. Okay, or you can also take out your capital and leave the rest. As simple as it, if it is an investment idea. Okay, what are you losing? You're not losing much, or you leave 50% of your gains. Assume now from 10 to 35 it went. Now you wanted to exit at 30, 31, 32. See, our motto is never to capture the full leg of run. Our motto is only to capture, assume like you are eating a pizza, you don't eat full large pizza, you only eat a slice, few slices. Okay, that's what our motto is. We are not trying to capture exact top and exact bottom. Something which moves every second, it's not possible for you to do that. Even if it happens, it's sometimes it can happen, but not always. Okay, so keep in mind, partial gains, good gains, whatever gains it is, you need to lock in the gains no matter what. And this market is very, very strong, and it can also fall very, very strong. When it falls, all your gains will be wiped out. That's where I'm introducing some of the concepts like hedging, right? So hedging, funny. So the hedging options are something like, assume there is a major event. Okay, the major event, you don't know how much market will fluctuate. It can go down, up, or it can also be a trigger for longer term correction. Something like, assume when Trump announced tariffs on March, that was a big major event and it went on to become a major correction. We do not know until the event happens. Okay, so then what you try to do is you try to protect your gains either by selling, going into cash, partial profit booking, or you hedge your positions. When we hedge our positions, the motto is not to make money. The motto is only to make sure our profits are protected. Okay. At the cost of the insurance. The insurance cost is nothing but when you're driving a rental car, you pay for insurance as well. You're not getting anything out of it unless you meet with an accident. Same thing with the stocks. So when you are hedging, what you need to do is you need to keep in mind something goes wrong. That's when my hedge comes into picture. Otherwise, no. Okay. So if you have futures enabled, go ahead and short the futures position equivalent to the value of your holding. Assume you have 100K worth of portfolio, then you need to short NASDAQ or S&P 500 or Dow equal to 100K worth of portfolio. That's one way of doing it. But if you do not know how to handle futures, then go ahead and buy some puts. Okay. Go ahead and buy some cheap puts, 0 DTE or 1-day ETE. I gave you an article as well how to calculate how many puts you need to evaluate. That's not a static answer. It depends on the price of the underlying asset. For example, SPY is about 650, 660 right now. So how many puts you need to buy depends on the price of the SPY. Okay. I cannot say, okay, it's always 20 puts, always 10 puts. And how much percentage of the portfolio is what you wanted to hedge. You don't have to hedge 100% of the portfolio anytime. It's not needed. Okay. But in case you wish to do it, or partial is always good. Okay. Profit booking is always good. Everyone has their own way of doing it. And there is no one right way of doing things. Unless things goes in your way, you cannot say it. If things goes otherwise, then you shouldn't be sad about it also, right? Assume you sold everything and the market fell, then you're happy. If the market didn't fail and it started running, then you cannot complain about it. It's the risk management that you do it. Risk management is the first and foremost thing, mandatory, compulsory, right? So two options, and the third option is you go ahead and buy SQQs or UVIX, something like that. SQQs are inverse leverage ETFs. Okay. But for that also, you need to have huge amount of capital. For example, 100K worth of portfolio, you wanted to hedge 25% of your portfolio, you need to have 25K worth of dollars to invest and do SQQs, right? So if you didn't do futures anytime, it will take some time for you. You have to learn it, okay? But futures also, you need to have the account enabled. Your margin account should be enabled. Futures should be enabled. You should have enough funds. For example, in order to short one large NASDAQ contract, you should have at least $25,000, $30,000 funds. And the movement is very, very fast. Okay. For example, we trade gold, silver, etc. $1 movement in gold gets converted to $100 movement in the price. Okay. So underlying movement in price is $100 for $1 movement in the gold. So things will be very, very fast. Okay. So if you didn't do futures, you need to have some hand holding there. Okay. Let me know in case you need any help there. And you can join my futures plan as well there. And okay. Going back to any questions here? Funny, is it clear?
Hey, Bhavan, I have a quick question. When we are talking about stop losses and all stuff, I literally joined like 3 days ago. So I'm just following the chat. I'm able to follow the instructions which you provided, which is good. Again, also a little bit of confusion with more people asking questions. So I'm taking one example which was a little bit confused for me. It was one stock which you recommended with providing stop loss and other metrics too. And that particular stock stop loss got hit, it got executed, and one of the member basically asked question about, hey, this stop loss got executed, what do we do?
Right?
Yeah, something.
Yeah.
So then your response was to let's hold and see in the day if there is no movement, but it's already executed, right? Because mine also I recommended that, but your answer was
you didn't read the instructions carefully. Okay, there are two types of stop losses. Okay. One is live stop loss, which you're not monitoring it. You put it into the system and you left it. There is another stop loss, which is mental stop loss. Okay, where the stop losses are very, very tight, 3%, 4%, 5%. Under 10% stop losses are very, very tight. Okay, I'm not giving 25%, 30% stop loss. What happens quite often is these levels, logical levels are, see, all fund managers use technicals. Every fund manager use technicals. They know where the stops are, and they sometimes try to scoop the stocks from that position. Okay, and in that case, the intention was not to get kicked out just because of that. Wait for end of the day, and if it goes down, then you sell it. Okay, if you already sold it, that's okay. If you did not sell it, see, typically what I try to do is the mental stop loss is, for me, I try to keep stop loss for one stock. Another 5% down, I'll try to keep stop loss for another stock, two stocks. That way I get notified. Now I will monitor it and see, this stock is still going uptrend. That was the reason. Yeah, see here you go, today it went up 2%. Right? What was the low yesterday? What was our stop loss? I think I gave somewhere, use $70 later, right?
Which stock is that? 72.
Picker.
72.
72, right? So see, one candle, only one candle is where we have lower than 71.44 is where it hit. Okay.
Yep.
So 60 cents, assume it starts running now from here, then you feel really bad. What the hell?
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
That's where we try to use both. Assume you are in meetings, you are busy, you cannot track it, you don't have your access to your phone. I cannot ask you to use mental stop loss. Huh?
Yep.
And
that's exactly what I did. I like, again, I went and updated all my stop losses to only to one stock or two stocks, so that I get alerted and then I can do the action. But again, I didn't lose much, but it's been only 3 days and learning it, right? So, yep. Perfect. I think that's what I was also doing, but I'm glad to hear from you.
Channel. Okay. I gave this one as a trade. This is an example. I will take an example of investment versus trade as well. See, this channel, this stock is navigating between top end of the channel to bottom end of the channel. Top end, bottom end, top end, bottom end. Okay. Now I gave the target somewhere here. 90s is what I gave. Okay. And potentially the expectation is it will also come down here. That's the reason I gave it as a trade. Okay. Now you understand this. Whereas another company as an investment. Okay. So what's the point if it hits top end of the channel and comes to bottom end of the channel? There is no point. Okay. There is also a possibility it breaks your trend line and goes up. Then we will evaluate at that point of time.
Avan, in this case, view invalid number you give, right? Can we put that number if you are ready to take a little more risk and
yeah, you asked me.
want to protect the downside falling, right?
Yes. I'll give
view
that.
Invalid is a very logical point where if it hits below that, we are seeing the sharp downfall.
For investments, I'm already giving a lot.
Yeah. So I'm keeping that one actually for investment.
Yeah, you can do that. See, only issue is it's little more percentage, risk percentage, but it also means like if things goes your way, then you are saved.
Yeah, right? If you are good company and it's investment idea, right? Even temporarily we may see that down, but if it stays above that view invalid level, temporarily we can sustain that loss. Over the time it will pick up, right?
Yes, that's right. So animation is stuck. Just a minute, folks. I'm trying to close some applications. See, there is no trend line or anything as such in the case of Baba. Okay. So yeah, Balu. Go ahead, please.
Like you said, hedging for a large portfolio. What about for the small portfolio? We maintain hardly maybe 10.
For small portfolios, no matter what, you should book profits.
Okay.
You see, you have very small portfolios. We have plenty of ideas. How you can take positions is by churning. That's how you can make money, right? Assume from Oklo you have moved on to something else. From Baba you are moving on to something else. Okay, then you make good money, right? So you are leaving those profit shares also behind, and then you're also getting benefited with the new recommendations. Otherwise, this is not a portfolio management service. Okay, buy 10 stocks, keep it, and then forget about it. Then there is no point trading also. There are a lot of stocks which can run, which can give. It's like the rotation, sectoral rotation. Assume you are invested into tech heavy, and from tech to there is a rotation into other sector, metals, mining. Okay, and your complete holdings are in tech. What your portfolio will do, it will not do anything. Okay, versus now we are moving some of these shares from tech to mining, metals. Okay, from metals to AI, data centers, something like that, right? So, and the kind of information that I'm giving you should help you to decide, okay, what I should sell versus what I should keep it.
But we can rotate, right? Say if the stock, what you said is not giving any much momentum, we can sell that and
yes.
take the other.
That's the other way of doing. See, for example, you're short of funds.
Yeah.
Now the stock which you bought 1 month ago is still not moving. Then you have an option to come out of that name and take the new name. That's okay.
Yeah, that's what. Okay.
Yeah, you can do it. See, or something which is in deeper loss. Okay. You can say like, okay, let me cut down. Even though it did not hit stop loss, 10% is your stop loss, but it went up to 7%, 8% already. That's okay.
Okay.
Okay. I got it. Yeah. So see here, there is. This was last time where we took position as well. Okay, last year, this position is where we took. It ran up, went up, ran up. Okay, and we are in a position to say this will also come back. Okay, you see how beautifully it's going up, down. Okay, up, down, up, down. Now we are in up. Okay, so traders exit, enter, exit, enter, exit, enter. Investors who entered here are still good. Traders who did this are also good. They made once, twice, 3 times 40-50% gains. Okay, investors who are here, they made 300% gains. But you should decide what you should do. I gave the target. This is an investment idea, right? So my targets are huge for this name. Huge for this name. I gave good amount of targets already, and we are up by 70%, 80% already. Okay. So something like this running away, I cannot say that, okay, you can go ahead and buy immediately. Okay, because you see the drawdowns, it will also fall. It will also fall. Okay, I told you to buy at this level. Okay, this level. This is where our stop loss was. Okay, so now if somebody asks me, can I buy here? This is your still risky percentage. If it goes down here and it comes here like this, then everything is out. Okay, so we should not trade that way. We shouldn't even chase the price anytime. Go ahead, PM.
Pawan, this is Prashant. So one quick question here is like, first, I have like almost stocks which are like at least more than 100% gains, like 5 or 6 kind of a thing. Like for example, if you take a Baba kind of a thing, right? So you suggested at 115 or 117, and then it almost gone down to 103 or something, and you have a stop loss of 95 or 100. So I got in at 115, I got it at 110, I got it at 105. When you keep on suggesting it's a good one.
Yeah.
So after that, I was not able to get in because it's going up. I understand you like a 130 or 135, it's like a 25% or 35% risk kind of a thing. But can you just suggest something like, oh, there is a 35% risk, but the outlook is really good?
No,
I mean, if you guys,
that I would never say go ahead and take any position with the 20%, 30%, 40% risk. Absolutely not possible. Okay. There are people who gets it incorrectly and they get stuck because they don't pay attention, lack of time, lack of focus, stress, or whatever it is. People will completely differently. Okay. And I don't want anybody to lose the money. The reason is, see, it can also go down. See, something which ran up here, it came back from 121 to 60. If you are buying here, then you are at big risk. People who are buying here, they are not at risk. And it will be very, very difficult for me to manage everyone's request at that point of time. No, you told me 35% risk is also fine. Believe me, it's not going to help. Simple thing is evaluate. See, we are all engineers. We studied enough, right? We know what is the risk. We are okay to take the risk or not. And somebody should never say, this is okay for you to take the risk. It should be you. Your own personal thing is what will help you. Okay, I'm okay to take this risk or not. See, 20%, 30% is not going to be a life changer unless you are investing full 100% into it. Right? If that's the case, then go ahead and take some risk. That's okay. I'm investing 5% of my portfolio. And for this 5% of the portfolio, I'm risking 30% in this one stock alone or two stocks alone. That's okay. Don't risk for every stock.
Okay.
Right? So it's the way you deal with it. And something like large caps. You wanted to take a trade, take risk. Yes, go ahead and do it.
Okay.
Right? See, for example, people, BBAI, we took 2 times or three times, right? So when I gave recommendation around 7.5, we were out with 4.5% stop loss. People were immediately asking, can we buy now? Answer was no. Why? We wait for the right setup again and we buy. We bought it at 4.5. We got double the number of shares, right? Almost.
Exactly. Yeah.
We lost 10%. You are right. Okay. 5%. We lost 5%. Okay. And you are saying like, okay, this is a good company, extremely good company. Let's go ahead and buy. But you are also saying don't buy now or come out of this name.
Yes.
Now you see it came to 4.5. People who were holding versus people who came out. People who were holding were sitting on 50% loss, 40% loss, compared to people who sold out. They got double the number of shares at 4.5. And stock went up to 7%, $7. It reached to $8 last week, right? It came to 6.5.
Yeah.
So we are already up by 40%. People who bought at 7.5 are still in negative. This is a very good example why you should cut down the names immediately. Right?
Okay.
So at that time also I was bullish on BBAI. Today also I'm bullish on BBAI. And third time recommendation time also I was bullish on BBAI. The story is, yes, we are bullish on BBAI, but people who were sitting on the name are not profitable versus people who followed my instructions are profitable. As simple as it.
Yes, got it.
My views are right. Okay. I'm always, all 3 times I'm bullish, bullish, bullish. But where is the execution? Execution, you need to do it carefully. Right?
Pawan, can you check on a rubric? Actually, you
Yeah.
are saying we should not miss that, but it went to 100 on the results, and results also good, but it came back to 78 or something.
Don't look into results and all those things, everything. Okay. See, yeah, one good point, Vijay. See, this is a company I said like you should invest.
Yeah, this one CoreWave, yeah.
High growth company, okay, into AI recently listed, okay, and it has huge alpha. Techies who want AI, cloud, they all know like what this can do, what security means, cloud security means. I also shared a chart what rubric is compared to rest of these things, right? So people wanted to invest, they should prioritize these names. Okay, I don't want to invest in SGML, which is lithium. I'm not super bullish on this. Then people should prioritize rubric. People should prioritize CoreWave. Okay. We might be wrong 2 times, 3 times, 4th time, even if you are getting it, we will get it very right, folks. You lose 10%, 10%, 10% 3 times. 4th time, if you hit it right, you will get it 100%. Don't think like what we are doing is incorrect. What we are doing is the right thing. I've studied hundreds and hundreds of successful traders, okay, who made millions of money and who wrote fantastic books, okay. And I tell you, they cut down the losses quickly. No matter what, how good the company is, you need to cut down the losses. Okay, don't focus on that. For you to lose 100% of your position, you need to go 10%, 10%, 10 times down. That's not going to happen with me. I'm telling you. It might happen 2 times, 3 times. The 4th time you'll get it right. Absolutely right. Okay. So don't worry about it. And small portfolios, somebody with 20K, 30K, 40K, when I mention very, very risky, then you need to go lighter position. Okay. Something like Boyle. I mentioned very, very, very risky. So you should, first of all, you should not avoid stop loss because yours is a small portfolio. Second thing is you shouldn't even get into that portfolio, that recommendation. Okay. Third thing is not to sit on the losses. Cut down and move quickly. I told many times, probably, see, every time I try to make an exception, removing the stop loss, I get hit very badly. $42 or $43 was the stop loss that I gave earlier. Even if you have followed that, it would have been good. Or if you have moved to ZRS, because I remember Boyle as soon as recommended, it went up by 15%, 20%. But from there, it started coming down and down and down and down. Okay. What it means is sometimes your analysis goes wrong. Instead of your bullish view, the trade goes bearish. That's where your stop losses are there. Nobody can get it 100% right. My target is to get only 35% right. If 35% of your trades are right, okay, then you are good. So far, every month we are hitting more than 40, 50, 60, 70% right targets. Okay. Only
Boyle, I'm sitting on a loss, Pawan, so we can exit Boyle now or still stay, just leave it for long.
I'll come back to that.
Okay.
So what it is if your execution is wrong, that's when you will be into losses. Don't chase. Write down on your desk or somewhere a sticky pad. Don't chase the price. Maintain the risk. Okay. Protect the capital. I shared 10 fundamentals or 10 principles. What every trader should do it. Go ahead and take a printout of it and try to read it and try to understand it. We have unlimited number of trades, limited amount of capital. Capital protection is paramount. Okay.
Yeah.
And nothing is more important than your comfort. You should be comfortable taking the trades or risking how much you wanted to do it. You are okay to risk only 5%, then look for those positions, but also be prepared that, okay, 5% risk will have higher chances of hitting the stop losses, right? 4% will hit higher chances of stop losses. Something we are trying to navigate or walk on a very, very thin line is very difficult always. Unless you are really, really skillful, you will not be able to do it on consistent basis. Sometimes you'll do it, sometimes not. Okay. Let's go into charts, folks. It's almost 45 minutes now. So TMDX, one of the fantastic companies. I spoke about this last time also. TMDX is the one which does your liver transplantation. They do 100, 200 livers or 300 livers per quarter, etc. Okay, fantastic company, and small cap company, high growth company. We tried to take it. I think we also were very close, or we also hit stop loss, but I believe some people were holding it without getting shaked. Okay, that's good. I do. And I think with the Zoom, whenever I open the Zoom, my machine is getting stuck. Yeah. TMDX, I'll continue to monitor. I'll do more research, Sampath, what state we are, or else I'll try to give you an updated stop loss. Okay, for this one. Moderna is still shaky. $23 was the double bottom. I tried to do it. Okay. And in case you wanted to take the trade, you keep $21 or $20, something which I mentioned as stop loss, and try to trade it. We took 2 times. 2 times we were hit. We will try to take the trade again. But are there any signs like this is done? Answer is only partially. Okay. We need to see the strength. All the news that we are seeing in the market so far are still negative. Yesterday, more 100% tariffs on pharma, etc. is the news that we have. Okay. So I think like we will have to wait for some more time on Moderna. boil, I would say you can exit, okay, because natural gas is still bearish. It can go to somewhere $2.5 or so. From peak of $5, we were thinking like it's a long-term bull market, which did not happen. Probably it's another few months away, okay, because most likely again in the winter is where more natural gas consumption, etc., will be used. Okay, so that's where it can try to come back up. But I see like it can, the potential of going down is uh, much higher. Okay, Neo, we are already up. Okay, I recommended this as a investment idea. Okay, all Chinese companies, like I'm speaking again and again and again and again, plenty of times I said, go buy Chinese, go buy Chinese. Okay. Like you are saying, your Baidu, your Baba, your Neo, everything is coming up. We took a couple of positions earlier, like Li Auto, we tried to take it, XPay, we tried to take it, we were hit. Okay. Yeah, during March stop loss, I think December time frame is when we were hit with the stop losses. But again, we traded with 5%, 6%, not more than that.
Pawan, quick question on the Neo. What is the price target? I've been holding this stock for almost 2 years now, and
Now is
I
the
think I
time. In
bought.
case you wanted to buy more now, I would say, if you have some room, okay, or if you're over allocated to it already, don't spread it again. But if not, see, look at this fall, guys. What we are trying to, what can I do?
My average is around $14-15. So I already did a dollar cost averaging a lot, and I don't have a room to do it right now. Yeah, that I'm sitting at 13, around with 400 stocks.
Then you can forget about it, I would say. But this has huge scope. Somewhere around 14, 15, we'll try to trim some as well, because that would be a two-bagger for us already by then. Okay. Let me try to close more applications. Try to see switching to the movement monitor. See, indices are still bullish. I wanted to show it, but this one isn't supporting. So indices are still bullish. I'm still tracking. Don't worry about what's going to happen. So uh, go ahead and take trades with stop losses, but also keep in mind we are at extreme or near extreme periods. Okay, so just keep that in mind whenever you're trading, because that's something will always come back and hit us very in a short amount of time as well. Be able to see the screen still?
No.
No.
Pawan, we cannot hear you if you're talking or.
No, I'm not talking.
Okay. Sure. I
This,
thought it went on. Okay.
pretty much closed all the applications.
Oh, no worries. Yeah.
Pawan, can you please go to activity monitor and see if that's just go to activity monitor and we'll try to figure out which app is taking more time, more memory and
I
CPU.
have no other apps open right now. I closed Telegram, everything pretty much. Yeah,
No
it's
internal apps. Maybe that's fine.
it's Google Chrome. Let me try to close. Okay. Is it better now? Can you see screen now?
Yeah, I can see the screen.
Yeah. So Neo, see, when we are buying, see, this is like the most near bottom, 3.5 to 7 is what we are buying. The immediate target that I gave is somewhere 17, 18. Okay. But I wouldn't be surprised if it goes on and runs like this. See here, it went from $1 to $60, $70. Okay. What we are trying to do it again is, see, this is the most beautiful pattern, folks. You don't know what it is, but these are the trades that we should take without missing. That's where I gave it as an investment idea. These are the investment ideas. The potential of these are much, much higher. I wouldn't be surprised even if it goes to $67, $80. Like here, this peak price, it can go. Okay. So Neo, I would say certainly you should go ahead and take the position. But I've also seen like it ran up already by 15, 20% or so. So yeah, that's with Neo. Let's try to stick to the names that we are speaking. I don't want to cover anything outside that in the interest of time. Okay.
So one quick question, Pawan.
Yes.
So the Neo, right? Like, I mean, I understand your suggestion is only mainly based on technicals. From my standpoint, like, I mean, this was like the previous run up, right? It was during the EV boom, like COVID time EV boom, right? And now there is like BYD and all, like there's so much competition in the EV market. Like I don't see, like, I mean, I want to understand, like, if you pay attention to fundamentals also, or just based on the charts. Like, I mean,
I look into both. Okay. Forget about what happened in the past. Okay. Nobody spoke about copper. Nobody spoke about lithium. Nobody spoke about aluminum or silver or gold. When I was speaking about this, nobody spoke about China altogether. Last year when I conducted this webinar, or last time, many months onwards, I'm speaking about China. So what do you think like happened to make sure like Baba ran up 70%, 100%, and these companies started showing up? Do you think anything relevant? Okay, something positive from Baba came now when we took the trade? It's only after the fact, right?
Okay.
Yeah, that's what it is. Same thing is here. Okay. So why is something that newspaper writes based on that day's news? But believe me, that's all after the fact. Silver didn't perform for last 12 years. 2012 was the peak. Okay.
Yeah.
Got stuck.
Yeah.
I bought it at the peak and I got stuck. Physical silver. Okay. I can't forget the dates as well, basically. And now after 12 years, I mentioned like, okay, silver is going to start running up. You see, it went up by 100% now. Right? So what was the reason? What do you think? Okay, it was underperforming for last 12 years. Now you see, okay, you are bullish on silver. Then what would you do? Now you are seeing the news. Okay, silver is this, etc. But when I mentioned silver at $23 was a buy, Why nobody spoke about it? And gold, I was bullish from $1,800. Nobody spoke about it. Now everywhere, every newspaper says buy gold, buy gold. What the hell? I was telling from 1,800 levels, now it went up by 100% already. $3,800 is the gold price today, $3,700. Okay, people are asking me today, can I buy the gold? Now I told you other stocks to buy. You go just buy. Things will happen. If not, you lose 7%, 8%. Forget about all the fundamentals. See, you are reading only fundamentals which is shown in the news. If news doesn't show it, it doesn't mean like there is no changes in the underlying changes. News writes what they wanted to write, what pulls more to the stocks, right? So that logic doesn't stand here. Absolutely, with the investment, absolutely, it wouldn't work. Hood. See, hood is again, we will try to buy hood when it comes to sub $100. Went up. We bought it at that time. Question again. When we bought it at $20, I bought it as an investment idea. Now everybody is behind hood, saying like we want to buy hood. What's happening with hood? $20, literally $20. Last September 24. Here you go. This is places where we bought. Just like Neo. At that time, if you ask me why it would go to $85, I don't have an answer. Okay, you see it now. It's after the fact. Now people are asking about hood. So hood will do this. Let me tell you what is the path for hood. Hood is almost towards this end of run up. What it will try to do is this one. Somewhere 60s to 80s is where we will try to add again before the next leg of run up. Now it is a chase. I don't like to chase. I don't get carried away with the price hikes here. Okay, forget about it. Find next hood, which is nothing but your Neo. Okay, I also mentioned something about Rivian. I don't know whether anybody took the trades and all, but I took options which are again 300% up, I would say, for Rivian as well. So focus on what I'm saying right now than this. Hood, if you wanted to buy it, I would say $85 would be your stop loss. Current price is 121. I wouldn't even try that. Saying that it can also go to 170, 180 levels. Okay. So this will be a trade in case you wanted to do it. I gave stop loss levels also in the chats when somebody asked. Go ahead and take a look into it. That's with hood. Okay.
So this stock comes down to this 40, 50, 60 level because of the bearish market when the market goes down, or is it because of the chart?
Irrespective. Okay. I'm saying like, okay, it will happen. That's when we will buy. Sub $100, pakka. Okay. If not, then we will evaluate. Now is not the time.
I already have some shares. Is it good to sell it right now?
You can, like I said, right? So you can sell it in phases.
ఇవాళ కొంచెం ఉప్పు అనిపిస్తుంది.
So I would say 20%, 30%, 40%, sell it. Okay. Ran up too much. 5-bagger already from 20 to 120, 6 times.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I've been selling them in phase wise, but I still kept at least 20, 30 shares, still more.
Yeah, keep it. See, don't sell everything. These are investment ideas. So
Right.
5 years down the lane, this can go do this now. You can mention. Okay, what will you do if it goes to 200, 300? That's possible. I'm only saying not a buy right now.
Got it.
Okay.
Got it.
That's with hood and Intel. See, Intel was a buy at, again, we were waiting for Intel also, like what we did with Moderna. Okay. We did try to take a brief position once, but we were also kicked out. It's only because of the news, market news that we are seeing right now, all the Intel and all those things. But this is never an investment material. Okay, we will see if it turns out to be an investment material this time. Until then, hold on. If you wanted to take the trade, go ahead and do it. If you want some stop loss, I can help you there. Okay, the reason is it can be just short term as well. Last 25 years, people who have invested in Intel, they didn't make a single penny. There shouldn't be a better metric than this for you to ask about Intel. Okay. Instead of Intel, why not CoreWave? That should be your question. Which is an upcoming company. Okay. Rubric. Why not Rubric? Why not data center companies? Okay. Intel didn't perform anywhere. So forget about Intel. Those are junk companies for investment. Neo versus XPEV, I cannot say it. Okay. Neo's fundamentals are comparatively poor than XPEV. Okay. That's what I can say. But fundamentals and all those things will not come into picture when a stock performs. It's fully demand and supply. Assume big fund managers who are very short, they have shorted the positions in Neo. They wanted to cover their shorts. Okay. The Neo will run faster. Vice versa for XPEV. Which one I suggest? I always try to say, go ahead and choose fundamentally better company. Out of these two, I feel XPEV is the better one. Okay. But it doesn't guarantee that will give you the faster returns. Not possible to say that. Okay. It's only peace of mind. Back of the mind, we can think like, okay, this is better. That's all. And XPEV core wave, we just took the position in core wave. I don't know what you want me to cover. We neither hit this thing nor stop loss, nor we ran away. I would still say you wanted to go ahead and take the position, go ahead and take it. That's it. What is there in core wave? See, corrected big amount of percentage already. 190 to 80. Okay. That's what the correct. So now you wanted to take the position, take it. That's what we are doing. The question should be clear. What do you want me to do in core wave? Okay. I said go ahead and buy it. It did neither hit stop loss, neither it ran away. So book. Okay. Intel and core wave we've covered. What is BIIB? I don't know what is BIIB. BLLB you mean to say?
No, Biogen BIIB.
Yeah. See, BIOS, I'm very skeptical because there can be events like this. 209 to 260, 270. Yesterday, where QURE went up by 280%. I've recommended that, but we also cut down because of some news without any break even, right? So it went up by 280%. So those are the kind of risks with pharmas and all those things. I don't know how big is this company, $20 billion company. I'll try to look, but I don't see this coming out of, yeah. Let me try to study more on this. Okay.
Thank you, Pawan.
Are you invested in this company?
Yeah, I have like 15 stocks.
Or so Netflix is bullish, like Netflix, like any other large cap. Okay, made a low in April. So is it a time for us to buy right now? Answer is no. Okay, something like buying here would be ideal. 200 to, if somebody says it goes to $1,200, nobody would believe it. Okay, but this is in the final phase of run up as well. Run up way too much. Okay, it will be a trade in case. But even for this trade, you wanted to make like invest, wait for good amount of dips, 20%, 30% dips. Probably the next dip will be a good time for you to start loading Netflix as well. Okay, not right now.
Okay.
See, from Netflix, I'm pretty sure you can't extract more than 30-40% returns or 100% returns from here. Okay, compared to the names that I'm giving, right? So those are like the better names, like large cap again. Large caps only I'm speaking about. Forget about small caps also. Lulu, see, Lulu is going through some pain. It almost went to the levels that I wanted to buy, which is 186 levels. And see, it went to 186, but for the results, sometimes what can happen is this is the fifth wave or the final wave, it can get truncated. So that's where I said, like, okay, let's go ahead and take 20% position, 25% position. We took 25% position at 200-ish, and another 25% position is 185, 186 level. This is where it is. Went to 158. And I think, like, see, the worst it can do is some more correction, but there are no signs of this coming back up. Reversals, are there any signs? Answer is no. Okay, so let's stay with 50%, or if it tries to break this 158 levels, let's try to cut down 25%, because the next support that I have is $130, 113. Is it possible? Can we expect it to go 113? Yes. Okay. One bad news, next earnings not being good. Again, this one will throw into the further lower levels. The other option is possibilities here as it can do this. Okay. If it sees this also, we will try to book some gains here. Two options are possible. It can go down here, can go do this. So this will be fourth. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, fourth, and this will be your 5. Your 5 can be here or here. Sampath, you know it. So that's why I'm speaking.
Yeah.
It can be 5. You can mark it here or here. It's a gray area. But again, large cap company, you have long way run up. See, this company is going through a lot of pain now. They will do restructuring, reorganization, efficiencies, okay, productivity improvements. All those things will come into picture, and then it starts running. Okay, I would say let's stay with 50% and try to see what it does for us. And these companies are also, these trades, because this is an early trade, are also for people with the smaller portfolios. You should be very, very careful also. Don't go heavy. Like, okay, I spoke last time also. One guy who was fresh into the team, he went ahead with good amount of allocation. So don't do that also. Particularly where the strength is there, rather than early. I mentioned as an early attempt, right? So early trend, early entry is what we're trying to do, is what I said. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. United Healthcare, it worked for us picture perfect. Not in this case. Novo Nordisk, it worked for us picture perfect. Not in this case. Okay, IBM, it worked. So I think like, see, this should do this. 4 and 5. Okay.
So you said you recommend like 155 as a stop loss for now?
Yeah, we can keep that. Or okay, I have very minor position. I have some more room to add also. People who are doing 401k is buying for long term. Okay, that's the option you have. Okay.
Thank you.
And Tesla, see, let's stick to names that we are holding here, folks. Okay. The reason is we have so many names already that we are holding. See, Tesla is bullish. He said that it's bullish already. It was kind of, see, this breakout is what I was holding, waiting for earlier. It did. And now it's doing the retracement. What is the retracement? The retracement is coming back to your base. Okay. What is the base? The base can be here. The base can be here, all the way till here also. What is this level? 360 or somewhere here, 410. So another 10% easy pullback can happen and it can start running. Okay. What it will do is, okay, and then it will start running like this. So we will get more entries also in case we wanted to take positions in Tesla. We will try to do it again. Remember, we bought it at this position earlier and we exited during this open fight with, if we would have not seen the news on that day, probably we would have kept the shares and we would have been 100% up by now. We bought this dip 208. That's with the Tesla. Oklo, I mentioned like 150 and all, book it, but it didn't go there. I think it's still, see, this was the reason I was mentioning, like, okay, you can go touch this level, which if I try to put it here, okay, it tries to kind of change it's a manual thing, right? So wherever I put the mouse, my thing was, this is the resistance, which should act pretty good. And it tries to correct from there. That's when I mentioned touching it here, it would be 150. So 150 is what I mentioned. What it did was 144.49, 145 is what it did. So $5 target is what we missed. So it is kind of coming back now. I don't think I can say right now whether this is an exit or not. Okay. It can also do this. Okay. Here is the learning, folks. This company has 0 revenue and we made 4-bagger returns. This was the run up we had. We bought it here. 20, 25, 26 levels. Okay. So your company has nothing to do with the run up. Somebody says like, Other companies which are having a lot of profits and all those things are not running. Why workload? Why are you investing it? Investing doesn't work like that. Investing is the place where you should apply least common sense. Okay. Asking about why price moves, not fundamentals and all those things, but why price moves is something that you cannot explain. It's like demand and supply. People want to buy it, they will buy it. Why? They are seeing it going up, people will buy it. They are seeing it going down, people will sell it. Or fundamental managers will try to manipulate it. As simple as it, right? This company we will buy again. Why? You see, went up, down, went up, down, went up, down. Going up, it will also fall back. This again we will buy here. Okay, probably this can be the support line from here. Once we see coming it till this level, we will buy it here. Who knows whether it will come back here or not? I do not know it right now. If it happens, we will buy again. But no matter what, we will buy it. See, targets are huge. When I said 257 is my target, when I said the $20 and 257, nobody would believe it. Right? We almost did it. 50% of the targets are already met. 150 to 250 is another $100. Two bagger from here. Possible. Okay. That's with UEC, Praveen. My best advice would be don't even look into it for few years. You would appreciate me, frankly speaking. If you look into it, you will get carried away. We are up 100%, more than 100% in UEC. You see, one way run up again from here. Yeah, July 25, $5 to $14. Almost we are on the verge of becoming 200% returns, more than 170, 180% returns. And this is not done. Without uranium, you cannot have your AI infrastructure. Okay. And if Russia stops uranium supply, uranium stock prices will only go up and up and up. You have every bullish scenario which you should have on your side as an investor, you have it. Okay. Now, if you sell it, that's a mistake. You wanted to book some gains, do it. Okay. This also can go do this gyrations, possible. Okay. It can also come back, retest these levels and start running. I will buy again. I will give it as a buy again when it comes down here. But you wanted to exit, book some. See, your confidence levels and all those things is what should decide. Okay, you wanted to trade or invest. Once it comes here, don't become a trader. Okay, I will sell it now. Don't do it. When it is going up, try to sell it. You cannot become an investor here. And in this phase, you cannot become a trader and sell here. All these gains you have lost. If you wanted to sell it into the strength. You call it sell it into the strength, upside. Don't wait for the downside to happen. And don't also rush to buy within this fall. Wait for the base. Wait for the complete correction to over and then only buy it. Okay. Sampath, I think Oxy, I don't recollect it, whether it, sometimes I try to give early also.
It was recommended yesterday or day before yesterday, and then I looked into the low. It didn't touch 46.25 or something, but it went away from there.
Yeah, but sometimes very, very minor. So plus or minus 1-2%, you just have to take a call. But the reason is, see, my mouse cursors, if I put here versus here, it makes difference, a slight difference. And see, this is also coming back. Oxy, all petroleum companies stocks started performing. Okay. My question was whether when the crude is bearish, how can these companies start performing? That was my question. I'm not able to still get an answer, but crude is still bearish. But in case this starts running, assume one bullish scenario is now NATO starts war with Russia again, and they blew up their bunkers and petroleum, these things, and they try to cause some disruptions there, or they'll stop India and China to stop buying crude, then it's bullish again. Okay, so that is what I'm seeing it in the petroleum companies primarily. That's the reason I gave. This is also a large cap company. And again, sectorial diversification, people who wanted to do it, you do it. Okay, oil almost is at near bottom. It went to 120. Now it is $60. Okay, probably another $10, $15, $45 it can do. Okay, but people who have long-term view and who are looking for large cap, stable companies with dividend payouts and all, they should prioritize this. People with 20K portfolios, 25K portfolios, if you ask me, probably I would say no. Okay. But up to you again. So very, very good trade if it happens. But sometimes in case just you see here and there, just go ahead and do purchase. Don't even wait. See, if the risk percentage is not going beyond 2% percentage points or 3 percentage points, it's okay, right? Don't buy it 5 percentage, 10 percentage points above. That's what I would say. Or even if you're buying, don't go with 100% allocation. Go 50% position, 30% position. If it comes down, you can add it. Otherwise, leave it. That's okay. You're happy. Okay. Tesla should be an investment. I'm hoping like Tesla should hit $800 price point. But this is another like sugar spike levels. Holding Tesla is that it's not easy. You should have a steel brain or steel mind to hold that without getting impacted. Or block Elon Musk tweets and all those things, Tesla's tweets and all those things, and hold it only because of Tesla's future growth prospect. Amazon is bullish. Amazon, I think I gave recommendation recently as well. It's a trade. Trade why? Because so Amazon can be a buy again. Okay, I would say this was the stop. We can use it. We can go ahead and buy and wait for one more leg up. Okay. So these levels, people who bought, because we were buying, people who were with me in March, we bought here. This price is not something that we would see again. Even with the next set of correction, what it can try to do is it can come do this and do this. So in case you wanted to sell it into the strength in next few weeks, days, months, or whatever it is, because I was hoping September correction will come. It didn't come because of the FOMC meeting, FOMC rate cut happening. Now they are announcing another 2 rate cuts, which is again bullish for the small caps primarily. More FOMC rate cuts, more money in the market, more equity investments primarily. Okay, good for companies. All auto companies and home companies, all those things will start running because there is more money in the economy. Now I cannot even say whether October will be a peak or November will be a peak. Probably December. That's when all the rate cut news will be over. I will monitor it. So far, I didn't see any anomaly that it's breaking any critical levels for us to consider it's done. Okay, but until then, I cannot say it with confidence. Booking profits is always better. Okay, partial profits at least we can re-add back the same names at cheaper prices also. Okay, so Amazon can go up. I think it will also surpass 245 levels above and go up. But that would be a trade where you should book profits. I mentioned like 20%, 30% profits also, not beyond that. So somewhere 220, consider 250, 260, 270 or around 300 is a good time for you to consider it's done and be prepared for this pullback. Okay.
But Pawan, is it right time to buy the Amazon 220?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
I gave recently, I think about a week or 2 ago.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Keep in mind, when you are investing in Amazon, don't expect 100%, 200% kind of returns. And I know like different age groups has different criterias, constraints. So you choose basically. Okay. If you ask me for my thing, do you choose Oxy versus Amazon? I would choose Oxy. Okay. And Amazon it will be over soon. Oxy is not getting over. It's getting started. Just now getting started. Somewhere, see, if you compare the charts, Oxy is here, this position. Okay. Amazon is here now. Okay.
Yeah.
Oxy has this big run up compared to Amazon, which has this big run up.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what we should decide what we wanted to do, basically.
Sure. Thank you.
That's with Amazon. And I am also monitoring BA and AMD. We try to take some position with AMD, but I am hoping AMD will also do something, what do you say? Something like this. Okay, it went up and again come back and do this is what I'm hoping. If you have to exit, I'll say like this position is where we'll try to book some profits right now. Hold it. 170s to 150s, 160s is where we try to enter. Worst case, we will try to cut down cost to cost basis, but that will also be a gray area for me. It's very, very challenging for me to say at the time until I see clearly that the correction is either over or the correction is still going on. No matter what, we will again and again and again buy AMD. If you get it into 130s and 140s, that's going to be an investment idea. Currently, what I gave it as a trade idea. Trade idea is something like what I'm speaking with Amazon, something from here to here. Okay. And trade idea, something like this is what I was thinking for AMD. But assume it does this kind of correction, not this deep, but it went from 85 to 170. Okay. 170 or 180 plus, right? So this is what it went. If it goes to 120 to 140, okay, that will be this place. What it means is we have huge run up pending, like what happened with Baba, 110, 120. I would say at the time, everybody should go ahead and invest at the time. Okay, I'll give you a call out. For now, let's monitor AMD. Fantastic trade coming up ahead for AMD for long-term investors as well. So have patience, don't lose patience, and don't rush the trade. Sound trying to pull back slightly, I believe, broke out, and yeah, nothing abnormal with the pattern. See, you see, up, down, up, down, up. It can come down slightly and then can start running as well. I don't see anything abnormal, but this is where we should not be chasing. You chase here, you see this happening. Okay, that's what it is. We monitor more on sound also. So far, see, this is a good example, folks. See, this is where we bought first time sound and it tested our patience almost 1 month. It made us wait and wait and wait. But somebody was asking, I didn't understand what is the concept of patience, and you're asking us to cut down losses yesterday, right? This is the patience. See, it was just getting consolidated, but it didn't hit our stop loss. What happened? Zoomed from $5 to $25. Okay, corrected. Now again started going up. So this was recommended as an investment idea here. People who were traded 21, 18 levels is where we kind of booked profits. People who are investors, they also saw this. They went through the pain. Okay. And now they're seeing this. Both can happen. There is no guarantee that this will only work or that will only work. Okay. And people with this stop loss are still safe. They didn't, compared to trailing stop loss here, everything is it. Assume you put stop loss here. That's it. And you lost this one. And you also saw this one. No point. And you also saw this one. Okay, so I was kind of speaking about use trailing stop loss. Okay, but I would now say, in case you wanted to sell it into the strength. Don't use trailing stop loss and all. It doesn't work. See, this big correction nobody was expecting, from $25 to $8, $6. I was hoping for $8. Avinash was asking me consistently when we can buy. Okay, and we cannot know. We do not know until this is complete when we can buy. This needs to go through the complete cycle. Like what I'm saying with AMD, it can go to 120, 130. If it sees like this and do this, okay, we will try to exit here is what I'm saying right now. We do not know it until it happens. It's only with some degree of confidence we can say, but we'll have to wait and watch. If not, then we will exit, and we will also try to get into places like this where it will be very, very lucrative as well. Okay, that's with sound. Galaxy, I think Galaxy is following the rest of the crypto space. Okay, which is nothing but correction. Okay, we took position here or here. We saw this and we gave away everything, right? This is where we saw, we gave away everything and we exited with 20% gains while we saw all these things, and it started running again, started coming back again. We will try to take the trade again in Galaxy as well, but I need to see the sectorial strength altogether. Targets for Galaxy. $56. That's the first target. I was hoping like this time it will, when we bought here, it will go ahead and do it. It did not. It gave away everything, whatever we tried to buy it. 10% gains is what we were left with. So $20 is where we bought. Okay. Went to 32, good 40% returns or more than that. And then it came back all the way till 22 levels. Okay. We said like, okay, let's book some gains at least rather than, and then this happened. So for portfolio size of 50K, I would say go ahead and invest $2,500 in each of the names where I say 100% position. Half of it when I say 50% position, further half of it when I say 25% position. For example, in Lulu, you will only invest $1,250. Okay, that's a rough thing, but assume based on your risk factor, age, position, etc., your comfort level, how much funds you have. Apart from that, you wanted to go little higher on the small caps, mid caps, etc., growth companies, you can do it certainly. Or you're like, no, this is all what I have. Let me go ahead very safe. Then what you should be doing is mix and match of large caps, mid caps, and small caps as well. Okay. 100%, 25% meaning, so 50K divided by 20 shares, which is 2,500 for each stock. Okay. Or assume you wanted to invest, instead of 5%, you wanted to invest 4%. Okay. Then you divide 50K by 4%. You get how many stocks you wanted to invest. That's the, so for example, 5,000 is in one stock. Sorry, 2,500 is in one stock. 100% position is 2,500 investment. 50% position is $1,250 investment. As simple as it. So in the short term, Praveen, like I mentioned, I'm not seeing anything concerning, but it can come anytime very fast. See, we had extremely good run up. Okay. The only thing that kind of changed to more bullish is federal government cutting down the rates. What can change further bullish is 2 more rate cuts. Okay. So if they do it, then it can start running again, flying everything. Okay, basically. But you should also use caution, use stop losses, ZRS, PPFs, everything, or cut down names, take your capital. All these options that I'm giving you, whatever suits you is what you need to do it. Okay. I'll see in case something abnormal happens. Certainly, I'll try to keep you posted that, okay, this is the first sign. That's what I would say. Neo versus XPEV, Santosh, we spoke about it. XPEV is fundamentally better compared to Neo. Neo has huge depth on books. Okay. But I give damn to fundamentals, primarily speaking. I look into price action, what is trending faster, which is having more demand supply equation, etc., is what I try to do. And we go about allocation to each of these. I have leaps in both Neo and XPEV. Okay. But 2027, 2028 leaps, including Rivian. Now you ask me, Rivian is not showing up still. There are some signs already. But if the risk reward is not favorable, then I don't try to give it as a recommendation. Okay. That's where I try to buy. So that's my confidence on Neo and XPEV. How it happens, it's a question for later. Or if I lose it small time. Small amount is what I try to lose it. You wanted to stay invested, you stay invested or use stop losses and then cut down your names as soon as possible. Santosh, I missed your question about Microsoft. Microsoft is also like in same position like AMD. Okay. See, the position is, it can go do single zigzag, double zigzag, etc. Okay. You take the position here. So this is where we have. It can also do this. Okay. Or if it breaks above this one, then it is a bullish case for us. We got somewhere here, I believe. In case you wanted to use this stop loss, use it. But Microsoft is also under trade idea. It's not an investment idea. Somewhere like 20%, 30% around 600 is what I think like is a good price for us to start cutting down Microsoft again for the major correction. The pullback from April low, 60% pullback can happen from the peak. Assume this is the peak. From here, 60% pullback can happen. If the peak is further above, from there, 60% pullback can happen. For example, $600 is the peak. 60% pullback from peak is $120, you would say. So somewhere 480-ish, Not. Okay. So currently for this one, $431 is the 61.8 retracement, which can happen. And if it goes further up, assume it goes up to 600 levels, then it will only worsen. Okay. So 440 levels is what can pull back. So this one will give away all the gains that you're getting it in the trade, and you try to see for this correction. When it happens, like I mentioned, probably December or after the Fed meeting, we do not know it yet. Right now, we will trail and we will try to invest and use stop losses and ZRS without any exceptions. That's what we try to do it. And I'm still seeing market very, very bullish, but it can come with any news, any moment, something Trump says, something federal government says, we do not know it. So that's the situation we are into right now. You wanted to hedge the positions, go ahead and do it. You wanted to sit without anything like, okay, we are okay, we have stop losses maximum, we don't want to go ahead and hedge and all those things. That's okay. Up to you, basically. So the leaps are 2027 leaps. Probably, for example, XPEV, I bought about $5 more, I believe, not more than that. Okay. Don't want to go very aggressive there as well. That chat, see, the problem with that chat was the rename mice, right? Mice. Multiple times it gave the glimpses of running up. Okay, there is no data here because this got newly listed and it's going nowhere. I don't think anybody who's looking, see, this company doesn't have any fundamental, that's a given. Based on technicals, if you're trying to see, there is no data because the past data is completely wiped out. Is there any way now there is a bullish case for this? I do not know it. We need to wait and watch. Okay. Better you exit. That's what I said. Like we are exiting. We are moving out of that chart. Some people are still holding it. That's where I try to cover it. Grab is extremely, extremely bullish. You give 2 years, 3 years time, you will have a fantastic trade. I think Ramesh sir was trying to hold it from 4 or 5 levels. I said like, okay, forget about what's the short-term variations are. It broke out of these levels, folks. So this is a fantastic trade. Okay. Only red herring was it came back into the channel, but it did not go below. Somewhere buying here would have been extremely good. Even now, it's not too late. Only thing is it moves slow, very slow until the traction comes. This is a 10-bagger share. People who want to, people who wanted to hold it, buy it, and keep it, forget it. I'm giving you a investment idea. See, Grab is something like Uber in Singapore and Southeast Asia, basically. Okay. No competition, monopolies primarily. Okay. So patterns are just evolving and see what was the peak price. The peak price was $20. From $20, it went to $2. There is nothing beyond here. The pulp, only pulp is left. Everything is out. Okay. So go ahead and invest. These companies are very, very good setups. In fact, I can also just go ahead and buy some leaps in Grab. I was waiting for the market dip. The dip is not coming. We are missing the bigger trades as well. Okay. But if this one also comes, dip also comes, I gave you multiple options. Okay. Like you can create a basket in Fidelity where you can sell, go into cash 30% without even looking into any of the names. Exit 30% of the positions from this basket. It can happen under 10 seconds. Okay. Don't even go into single names, 2 names, 3 names. I try to keep you updated about all the names, but it's taking too much time and it's not possible for me to keep a tab on what levels you should monitor and all those things. And eventually, like I mentioned, those are hitting stop losses, trailing stop losses. I would certainly say go ahead and just book some profits. Correction can be in a month, 2 months, 3 months, but everything will fall back below the prices what we are seeing right now or even after a month time. Okay, that's what I would say. I need to stop here, folks. I need to pick up my kids. In case you have any questions, feel free to ping me in the discussion forum and we'll take it up. I'll catch up next week again, folks. Hope this session is helpful. In case people are not able to make it up on Thursdays and Fridays, sometimes I'm okay to do it on Wednesdays as well. I'll post again, what do you say, the poll, what works best for you. Okay, hope everything here made sense and the session is helpful. Have a good weekend, folks.
Thanks, Pawan.
Thanks, Pawan.
Thank you, Pawan.
Thank you.
Thanks, Pawan.